And we're back. So you know that thing where it's New Year's and you say to yourself, this coming year, I'm gonna do the thing I love, but even harder, and I'm gonna dedicate all this time to it, and it's gonna be awesome, and nothing will stand in my way, and then you wake up and it's April. That kind of happened to me with this channel. In my defense, during that, I was in the middle of audition season, which was an incredibly stressful time that we're gonna get into, all the fun and excitement I had these past few months, and I thought that I would be able to balance the mental weight of both creating for this channel and also auditioning for my life and future plans. I'm not even filming this with a microphone or anything. I am currently in the process of packing up my room, which is, as you can see, I'm in this sad little corner. But the gang's all here. I'm happy to be back and share this part 2 to the audition season documentary, which will undoubtedly be logged at the Smithsonian on the time of my death. So before I share with you guys me actually succeeding at anything, I'll share with you guys the parts that really sucked. And that would be the deluge of rejections that every artist faces every single year when you are just trying to get yourself in front of these people. So during this time, I was primarily auditioning for resident artist programs or short-term main stage contracts, which basically just means I would be at an opera house or be working with a company to either just do a show for a month or even a season, or a resident artist is one that kind of stays with the company and sings with them for like a year or so. And I felt like I was ready for that. So I was just sending my name out to all these programs, and really last minute, I was reminded of the possibility of auditioning for school programs as well. All the major conservatories offer postgraduate degrees, which can look like a lot of things. One could just be a postgraduate degree, but there's also the postgraduate other things like the artist diploma or the performer's diploma, which are programs specifically geared for young professionals who just need a place to roost for like a year or 2 years and just keep really focused training. I was the cursed class of 2020 for my master's degree, which meant that the last 2 months of my degree were done at the height of COVID when everything shut down, March 2020. I didn't get a recital, I didn't get to finish the shows I was in. All the opportunities I had that year couldn't be done, or they just kind of dried up because no one could figure out how to adjust to a new COVID world. And so the end of my master's degree was honestly pretty bleak, and everyone, I'm sure, felt incredibly low energy moving through the pandemic as artists. I mean, we certainly know how Van Morrison felt. And so as much as I kind of wanted to feel like I finished that experience, I also knew that my voice is at a specific place where I could really use that kind of structured, focused environment to grow. Hello everybody, so I've heard from a few opera houses now, all rejections, so everything's fine, I'm fine. So I'm just gonna keep filming every time I hear back from people. I have a really big audition tomorrow. Trying not to worry too much about it, not doing a very good job of that. You know what's funny, I've been auditioning at least once a year for something since I was 6. And it's still hard. It's still scary every time. It still makes you nervous. You get better at managing the kind of nerves that completely derail the performance. That's really important. But you still really feel, oh man, I really don't necessarily want to do this. I just want them to call me and tell me that they've magically heard me through, I don't know, the Force or osmosis, and they know that I'm the perfect fit for them, and they're gonna cast me right now, and here's $1 billion. Why isn't that how this works? But I know what I'm gonna sing, I know my songs well. I've picked all arias starting with V. I need 3 selections, so I picked all arias starting with V, so maybe that'll be charming enough that they'll just hire me then. I'll high-five myself for tomorrow. You can do it. Hello everybody, so I am in my very fashionable flannel pajamas with zero makeup on and my hair's a mess, but hey, that's what vlogging's all about, right? You get to see my super cool life. So I made a commitment to film every time I got an audition update, and so I have just received news that I now have a few auditions coming up, which is really exciting. So I will be flying to St. Louis and Boston and one in San Francisco. So that's a lot of flying. They're all taking place over the next month and a half. So I was kind of worried. I auditioned for this one place in London. I haven't heard anything from them, so hopefully that means I didn't get it. Feels weird to say that, but I really didn't feel like flying to London with 2 weeks notice. So that's the update. I'm gonna brush my hair and maybe play Animal Crossing and book a flight, I guess. Hi, so I'm still look kind of bad, but I brushed my hair and I do have an exciting update. I got my first rejection letter from the Met. Yay! This is something that all opera singers dream of, is you look in your inbox and you see a message from the Met and they say no, please don't. This is a real big milestone in my career, and I'm glad I have this YouTube channel to memorialize it for eternity. Hello everybody, it's another day waking up and checking my email. So I applied to this one place for the main stage, very cool, and I was supposed to hear from them like 5 days ago. So I emailed them just saying something cute. Is there a status update on my application? And I just got an email back and I'm about to open it on camera. Here we go. Okay, drum roll please. I've been rejected. Thanks for coming. It was also around this time that I took up crochet as a coping mechanism, which quickly became the hobby that took over my entire life. I bought a ton of yarn and just went to town. I started off with squares just because I honestly couldn't do anything else and everything else seemed way too hard. And it was after this Boston audition rejection that I decided I would make a square for every rejection I've received. And at the end of audition season, I would sew it into a sweater, a little patchwork crochet sweater, which would be so cute, and then I could wear it going forward, and I would maybe do that every year, and every year I would get a little new article of crocheted clothing, and all of those together would be called the Rejection Collection. So at least I would get something out of an insanely expensive and heart-wrenching experience. And since then, I've been making a lot of squares because I did go back and count, you guys, and I have been rejected about 28 times by companies all over the world. I still very much value my rejection from the Met just because that's very fun to get an email from the Met, even if it says, like, you know, don't come back. Which isn't what it said, but I'm just dramatic. And so here we are, 8 months gone, and I'm just making squares and taking it a day at a time. When you're faced with this much rejection, you go through a ton of mental gymnastics just to deal with it. You tell yourself you did all you could and you can't control what they want. And maybe the sons and daughters and nieces of the audition panel showed up to the school that year and there was nothing you could do. Or maybe you just weren't ready and maybe you just messed up, and that's okay too. The two wolves inside every opera singer are, there are things I can't control and maybe I just kind of f***ed that up. And so my coping mechanism is yarn, I guess, which at least it's soft. That's nice. And look, I'm not bad. Look how pretty that is. It's sunny and it matches my nails. So now that audition season is winding down until, you know, the next big push in just a few months, honestly, because there's not much downtime. You may be asking yourself, Becca, did you actually get anything? Because I did kind of tease that in the beginning of this video. I also got into my first production of Carmen as Carmen, which is just absolutely nutty to me. I can't believe I get to finally sing that role. And I get to get stabbed at the end, which, you know, these are the things that opera singers live for. I'm really excited. And I got into a musical in San Francisco. And during all of this, I've had so much support from the people I love and the new friends I made around the country during these audition experiences and the old friends that I get to debrief when I come back. And some of these shows I'll know people in, and that's so cool. And it's really easy to get tied up in how hard this is because, man, it's really hard, you guys. But the rewards so far have really made it all worth it. So that is the conclusion of this year's audition season vlog. Who knows if I will make another one next year. You know, I'll now be at Boston University for a little while, so I very most likely won't be madly auditioning like I was this year. But more updates to come, because I'm glad I had the time to audition and do all that, but I also want to get back into this channel. And hey, I got a sweater to finish, baby, so you guys gotta see the rest of that too. But no, really, guys, I have like a serious issue with all this yarn. I have so much yarn. It's so easy to buy yarn. This color, which is really cute and kind of like the sky, and that's gonna go with the white and the yellow. And then I have all no. I have all this too. The green one rolled so far away, you guys. I'm gonna. No, I can't even like pull it back because yarn doesn't do that. This has been the hardest part of audition season this year, is getting my green yarn back. Can you hold that, please? Ugh, God, you're useless. So stay tuned for more projects, and I'll see you guys next time.